4, los extraños. Seremos nosotros, ¿no? Entiendo que sí.
Ah, Holmes. After our trip to nippy Switzerland, I can certainly use some of this New World eat.
Do not get carried away, Watson. What we could certainly use are answers to my questions.
I know, but you look exhausted. Why don't we find the hotel first?
We shall rest when our investigation is over, and not a moment sooner. I shall ask you to handle our bags while I search for the bank.
As you wish. Oi! Stop it, you! Our luggage! Good Lord, what have you done? That's my stuff.
I'm sorry, mister. It was an accident.
Help me, please.
Oh, I know this. Yeah, let me help you.
Vale, casa de banca de EV. El banco se encuentra en la calle que sube del puerto, en el margen izquierda de la Capitanía Marítima frente al barrio chino. Es que vaya mierda de mapas, tío. Dice en la calle que sube del puerto, en la margen izquierda de la Capitanía Marítima. A ver, la calle que sube del puerto. Voy a bloquear un poco el mapa antes de nada. Ahora acordaros que siempre podemos hacer misiones secundarias. Vale, vamos allá. ¿El barrio chino? Frente al barrio chino. ¿Qué?
Mr. Frank Barnaby, right? Auction's about to start.
Estrabismo, miopía. Tabloide adulto. Abraham Lincoln está vivo. Algo en el bolsillo, bocadillo. Vale, pensador crítico, ¿vale? El guardián del banco es todo un personaje. Se guarda un bocadillo en el bolsillo mientras lee a Abraham Lincoln vivo, lo que le convierte en un necio paranoico de mal gusto. Además es miope. Vale, necio paranoico. El guardián del banco es todo un personaje. Se guarda un bocadillo en el bolsillo mientras lee a Abraham Lincoln, lo que lo convierte en un pensador crítico que se le plantea todo hasta la verdad. La miopía es el resultado de su lectura constante en detrimento de su salud. Pensador crítico. Necio paranoico, joder. Voy a apostar por un pensador crítico. ¿Vale? Es que para, no sé.
You have me mistaken, sir. My name...
If you ain't Frank Barnaby, you ain't coming in.
Listen, the fate of many lives is at stake.
I'm sure it is.
So, not going to let me in then?
No name, no invitation, no entry. Move along, mister. Ain't nothing here for you.
Holmes, over here. Any luck?
None. They're holding an auction, invitation only. The good news is, I know who might have one. We need to find Mr. Barnaby.
Who?
Frank Barnaby, most likely a local.
And do you think Mr. Barnaby will be happy to share his invitation?
Let us first find him, then we can see if he is the generous type.
A ver, dice que este...
Do you know anything about this?
I thought no one would ever ask.
Señor Frankie Barnaby, los lugares que tiene una tienda en el barrio chino que se llama Joyas Ocultas Barnaby. Preguntando al final. Eso. Perdón.
How marvelous, Holmes. A city within a city.
Indeed, those lanterns are delightful. It is as though we have been transported to the Orient itself.
Vale, tiene una tienda que se llama Joyas Barnaby. A ver.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Doesn't remind me of anything. Someone else might help you better, sir.
Aquí.
Rather unassuming for a jewelry store.
Damn, he at it again. Barnaby still owes you. If he can't pay in greenbacks, he'll pay in blood.
Locked. No one's here. Excuse me, just one question.
I'm bone tired, but yeah, I'll help you.
Dos caballeros afirman que Barnaby les debe dinero. Tiene fama de alcohólico y se está emborrachando en este momento en un bar local que se llama Giti Gator, en el barrio criollo. Se le puede reconocer porque lleva un sombrero amarillo y una chaqueta negra. Vale, eso lo hemos visto aquí. Estaba ahí justo y el cartel sí que hemos visto. Míralo aquí.
This place. There's a Spartan charm, does it not?
It does. My soul will always yearn for London's gloom, but it reminds me of Cordona in a nice way.
Vale, ¿y el bar dónde está? Se busca Rafa Chachuchu Arronte por conspiración para cometer fraude fiscal por higromancia. Recompensa 10 acres de tierra y una granada.
Look, Watson, what have we here? A local crime star.
Vale.
Star? You have a strange way with words. Frankly, we have more pressing matters.
I'm not going after these troublemakers, but the posters will add nicely to my collection of criminal profiles. I read a study that suggests facial features can determine a person's tendency towards cruelty or deviant behavior.
Well, you can't stop progress.
Vale. Vamos a hacer los carteles de seguridad.
May I ask for your assistance?
What makes you think I can be of any help?
Can I ask you a question?
No, first I've heard of it.
A ver. Ah, conseguir 10, vale. Conseguir 10, vale. Vale, a ver, esto dice... Está arriba el bar. el bar. ¿Y cómo cojones subo yo, veo?
May I ask for your assistance?
Sorry, mister. Can't help you. Ask someone else.
¿Cómo subo al bar? Ah, coño, está aquí, mira. Coño, ¿qué es este?
Barnaby, unconscious but with his eyes open.
Invitación a la subasta, señor Barnaby. La casa del banco EWG le invita a participar en una subasta de privada. Nos complace presentar una extraordinaria colección de ópalos negros, poco comunes en venta. Póngase en contacto con nuestra empleada para más información. Le rogamos encarecidamente que lleve el traje más impecable que tenga y venga sobrio. Un solo incidente más le excluiremos de nuestra lista de compradores.
Look, Watson. The two of you are just alike.
Oh, great. So I look like a haggard alcoholic.
Eureka!
What have you got?
An idea. First, we'll need Mr. Barnaby's clothes.
Holmes.
Watson, time is of the essence. You will go to the bank, not as yourself, but as Frank Barnaby.
Holmes, we look nothing alike.
The hat and coat will do the heavy lifting. Just stay cool, play the part, and no one will notice the difference. Trust me.
Holmes, must we really indulge in this farce?
It worked in Switzerland, didn't it?
Sure, if you redefine the word worked.
Usándome también los carteles de la calle.
Where's my cash, Frank? In the bartender's tip jar?
Vale, tenemos que salir del barrio chino.
Where's the money, Barnaby?
I'll wait here so as not to arouse suspicion.
Mr. Barnaby.
Right you are. Shop owner.
Right. Your invitation, sir?
Here you go.
You okay, sir? Seem to have the jumps.
I'm in a rush.
Come on in.
Heavens, I never
El banco organiza una subasta en la casa. Vale. Ya lo
seen
tenemos, claro.
gems so big.
I simply must have them.
This might be useful. I'll make a note.
Vale, plaga con filántropos. H, ermita. Vale, ya tenemos nombres. Vamos allá.
May I ask for your assistance?
It is impossible for me to help you. I'm sorry.
Morning, sir, and welcome to the E.W. Gray Banking House. The auction will begin shortly. Name's Zoe Clemens, and I'd be delighted to help you.
Pleasure to meet you, Miss Clemens. I am Frank Barnaby. I do have some questions, if you don't mind. These gems are rather curious. What can you tell me about them?
These rare beauties are black opals, all the way from Coober Pedy, South Australia. When they catch the light, the dark stone becomes a brilliant rainbow. It's something special.
Forgive my curiosity, but who was the previous owner?
Sir, I ain't at liberty to disclose them details.
It doesn't say where these stones came from, no provenance, no previous owner. I'm starting to suspect they were illegally procured.
What? We would never. I can assure you these gems were bought from one of New Orleans' most upstanding citizens, a philanthropist no less. If you would like to know more, I could get my manager.
You old dog, Barnaby. Didn't think you'd sober up for the auction. An hour ago, you were 3 sheets to the wind.
Oh, you know, I hold my liquor better than most. And the auction was an important business opportunity.
An important business opportunity. Ha! What have you done with the real Barnaby?
Well, maybe I'm drunker than I thought, mister.
Mister? What's wrong, Frank? You're looking pale. Don't you recognize your old pal, Grub?
Posición de poder. Medalla. Orgulloso, pretencioso. Sombrero de lana grande. Demasiado grande. Las manos. Manicura impecable. Le gusta la moda. Testa ensuciarse. Vale. Amenaza refinada. Vale. El sheriff Group no es más que un perro labrador como el hombre intenta aparentar que es una figura destacada en la vida de Nueva Orleans. Sin embargo, solo es un engranaje menor dentro de la maquinaria gubernamental. De hecho, se siente tan incómodo e insatisfecho con su papel que intenta compensar con torneos ridículos, aspecto a la moda y un comportamiento amenazante. El perro desdentado, ¿no? No, amenaza refinada será. El sheriff imparte la ley en Nueva Orleans. Es bastante excéntrico, se cuida las uñas, su apariencia y su imagen. Sin embargo, es solo una tapadera de su verdadera naturaleza, de individuo poderoso y sin remordimientos en la comunidad local, que usa su imagen para distraer y hacer sus verdaderas intenciones. Creo que esto.
Of course I know you, Sheriff.
Good. Now, while I have you, there's the matter of your outstanding fines. I've been more than reasonable, but I'm afraid the bills come due.
Fines? Right. I'm afraid I don't have anything on me.
That's funny. Ain't you at the auction? I weren't born yesterday, Frank. Now, assault, battery, disorderly conduct, that's serious stuff. You got off easy, but if you don't pay up, things get a whole lot worse.
Look, Sheriff, I'm not actually...
Whoa. Think careful now, 'cause Frank Barnaby only owes us cash. But fraud, impersonation, that's weasel behavior. And you know what we do to weasels round these parts. Feed 'em to the gators. So, Frank, what's it gonna be?
Here's all I have.
Mighty fine of you. The people of this parish deserve peace. They don't take kindly to visitors. Don't miss that boat tomorrow morning, Doctor.
¿Sabe quién soy?
Help me, please.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I told you, Holmes. I told you it was a bad plan. Now we're penniless and wanted criminals.
Hysteria gets us nowhere, Watson. Tell me what happened.
The sheriff saw right through me. He knew who I was from the start.
Extorted me for every coin I had.
Bah, all that matters is what you learned about the gems.
I shan't discuss it while still wearing that blighter's clothes. I'm going back to the boat to get changed.
se busca. El barco era por aquí. Eso es el tren. A ver. No. A ver, si vamos para acá. Está cerrado. Espera, a ver. ¿Dónde podemos está el barco? Me estoy yendo, ¿eh? A ver. El barco. Los pescadores. A ver. A ver. Este es el barco nuestro.
Do you know anything about this?
Doesn't remind me of anything. Someone else might help you better, sir.
Could you help me?
Don't be angry with me, sir, but I don't know.
Voy a... Hola, por aquí. Voy al barco. Ah, no, no, de criminales. A ver.
Always a pleasure to see you regular, Mr. Barnaby. Welcome home.
A pox on the crew.
You know, I think the look actually compliments you. Why bother changing it?
Oh, bollocks, now our clothes are in the bloomin' water.
It was like the luggage had legs of its own. Oh, Mr. Pratchett will have my head.
I ain't sure what you did to the sheriff, but it must have been something real hairy to have him chuck your luggage off the pier.
With respect, miss, have we met before?
If you were the real Frank Barnaby, yeah, we would have. But where are my manners? I'm Lucy. And you are?
John. I didn't mean to be rude. I've just had a difficult day, miss.
Well, it's barely noon. And you've already made an enemy in Sheriff Grubb. The man starves his gators just in case someone crosses him. John who?
Watson.
Well, Johnny, if you plan on sticking around, you better change that suit, or Frank's reputation will catch up with you. And then you'll be a John Doe.
Alas, I think one of those gators is currently devouring my spare clothes.
You've got yourself in a fine pickle. All right, come on board the Nymph of Louisiana, and I'll sort you something to wear.
The nymph? Is that what it sounds like? Why are you helping me?
Well, let's just say you ain't the only one who's had run-ins with the sheriff. Way I see it, this city deserves better. Now quit your stalling and head on over to the Nymph. I'll be in room 6.
This Mr. Barnaby is proving rather useful. Perhaps you're not so different after all.
One more word, Holmes, and I'll hand you over to the sheriff.
Sorry, was that John talking or Frank?
Oh, go annoy someone else while I visit the nymph.
No, ya lo sé, sí. En el camarote 6, vale, será aquí.
Perhaps you'd like someone new today, Frank. How about Miss Trixie or Joni?
¿Cómo subo? ¿Alguien me lo explica?
Frank, darling, I'm flattered, but you know I'm out of the game.
A ver, dice, ella prepara el traje para sus... Ahora tú sí, ¿cómo subo?
May I ask you something?
No, I've never heard of it, but I can help you with something else.
Ah, está aquí, joder.
Well, look at you. All dressed up with nowhere to go.
I can't thank you enough. As I was saying, our journey has hardly gone to plan. We seem no closer to finding our missing people than when we left.
Well, if there were anything to know, Champagne'll know it. She's across everything in New Orleans. Look for her in the fisherman's village behind the Creole Quarter.
Thank you again, Lucy. I shall make my way there now.
Good luck, Johnny. Keep out of trouble.
Oh, forgive me, Watson. The difference is plain as day. What a remarkable transformation from Barnaby.
If we're critiquing wardrobes, Holmes, maybe you can explain why you used to roll just one sleeve up. Did you get bored halfway through?
Vale. Vale, el barrio dice... Vive y trabaja en el bar de pesca, detrás del criollo. Eso está ya... Tenemos que salir del barco como si estuviéramos en una habitación. Ya me dejará usar el mapa, supongo. Pero es que esto sale en el libro, no sé por qué no me deja. Vale, a ver ahora. El barrio del criollo, ¿vale? Vale.
I appreciate your words, sir.
Vamos aquí, coño, mira. No hace falta preguntar más.
Tocqueville? Lafayette! Hush now. No offense, Sheriff. Them two don't take kindly to gents. Especially foreigners. How can champagne help you? Trip to the bayou? Feeding a huge crocodile?
Some other time, perhaps. Word has it, you know everything that goes on round these parts.
Maybe, maybe not. What you want to know?
The bank in town recently purchased a valuable collection of gemstones from a wealthy man. What do you know of it?
Sure. I hear everything. This time I tell you for free. Next time, you pay.
Thank you.
May have been 1-2 weeks ago. Rich man's butler sold him some black opals.
And this rich man is?
Don't know his name, only that he from the French Quarter. Folk back in town could take you there. That's all I know. You need a boat? I hire him out for dollars. Or a bottle of you-know-what.
Thank you for the offer and the help.
Invitación a las... del telegrama de distrito en Elwisia y en Arneson del barrio francés. El barrio francés. Vamos allá. Desaparecido.
Our ship leaves tomorrow morning. No room for sightseeing then. More people missing here too. Do you know anything about this?
I'm bone tired, but yes, I'll help you.
Un transeúnte sugiere coger un carruaje cerca de Capitania Marítima para ir a este barrio francés. Pues mira, aquí está.
Got a spot in mind.
French Quarter, and get us there fast.